What is up, everyone? It is your boy GamerMadness here today with, as you can tell, some more Batman Return to Arkham City. And without further ado, we will be getting back into the side missions. Hopefully I can finish it today so I can get back to the main story missions. What I will probably be doing is, as usual, for these type of videos, is doing fair bits of cuts. It'll be a case of, for Zaz, because I still have to finish him, it will be a lot of trying to find him. Then I'll probably just do normal stuff. And the last of the tapes for the patient tapes should be
Looks like
in this
I found
video.
another Deadshot victim. I should scan this area for evidence.
Yeah, that would help. Now, from what I can see, he's dead. Interesting.
The bullet impacted here. Deadshot struck again.
He's killed someone else? Listen, I know
Nope,
you don't
he's
want to hear
maimed someone
this,
else.
but the
Of course he's
people in
killed
there
someone
are all
else.
bad guys, right?
Dead.
Some of the
shot.
prisoners in here are not your typical bad guys, Barbara. There are a number of political prisoners. People who crossed strange. Others who were tied into the mayor somehow. There's a pattern here. I just need to figure out what it is.
I'll run a trace on the latest victim, see how they're connected. What about you?
I'm going to check out the location he fired from.
Well, my theory is Hugo Strange is probably cleaning house.
The bullet traveled through the water tower. He's obviously using customized high-powered weapons and ammunition.
I'll say. Because it obviously went through the water tower, like you said. That's it. So it must be a high caliber. A
Deadshot
tripod.
left behind a tripod. Maybe it holds a clue about where to find him.
Let's hope so. Because we need to get the side missions done in this video. Hopefully.
Deadshot made a mistake.
He did? That is definitely not part of his MO.
He doesn't know he made it. He used a tripod to steady his shot. The tripod has trace elements of a rust-like metallic compound. Wherever he stored his weapon must be made of that compound.
So what are you waiting for? Analyze the particles and isolate the area they came from.
This isn't my first day on the job, Barbara. The particles contain a small amount of a specific lead compound that was used in paints for a short period 20 years ago. I've isolated the possible locations, but there are too many to check. Deadshot's getting sloppy. If he makes another mistake like this, he's mine.
Now, by the way, I'm pretty sure the only two side missions that are left are Deadshot and Zaz, so it's fairly assumed that we should get them done today. Actually, there's a side mission that I haven't started, but that's because I'm on New Game Plus, and I already did it the last time, but that's just like a nonchalant thing. The acts of random violence, or acts of violence as it says, are not that interesting, so they don't count. So really, it really is just Zaz and Deadshot. Now, before I actually started this video, a phone was ringing over here somewhere, and it's ringing again. Yay!
Please hold for Mr. Zaz.
Hello?
I'm sorry, he's not available right now. You need to
Why not?
find the phone.
Where is he? That scumbag. Which direction are we going in? Aha! By the way, for anyone who's recently joined the channel and thinks, because I'm pretty sure most people do just assume that most YouTubers just do this fake overacting thing. I am not overacting. I literally am like this when I do YouTube. I'm not very energetic when I'm not doing YouTube, but that's because I'm bored half the time, not doing much. But any sort of over-energetic sort of feel you get is actually me. And that's my Joker impression, by the way. Just in case you didn't know. hopefully I don't have to fight anyone, because I want to just, you know, get on with answering the phone.
They called him the Penguin, even back then. He had both eyes, of course. That little accident hadn't happened yet.
You didn't do it, did you?
Both of them were looking at me when I put down my cards.
He might have stuck it in him.
6 of clubs. 6 of diamonds. He looked scared. He leaned forward, and I could smell the cigar stench on his breath. The 6 of spades, and finally, the 6 of hearts.
Ooh, nice.
I felt good. And then he started laughing. He belched out smoke, and he put his cards down on the table. Card by card, my heart sank. A 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a damn 7!
Ooh, straight flush.
Straight flush ended me there. I was lost and thrown out into the city to die. Penniless.
Zaz. Wow, Gotham could be cruel. Alright, here we are again.
Find my phone now, Batman.
The last time that I
Carve this
tried to do this one, it
man's
hung up.
into my flesh.
As I went to walk off, it rang again, so... This is the video. Me just running around Gotham, trying to find phones. Oh no! If you don't see that, it just came up and said my battery is low. So if there's a weird cut during this video, then it's probably the fact that the controller has given up and the battery is low. So, you know, if there's a weird cut, it's not my fault. It's the controllers. I seem to have turned into a controller. I'm coming! Hello!
Can you imagine what it was like, Batman? I was numb. I'd lost everything, and I was alone, crying like a baby staggering through the streets of the city, until I found the answer that I had been looking for. I stood there on the Sprang Bridge, looking out at the sea. I felt the warm breeze on my skin, and it felt right. I looked down and imagined myself falling into the blissful arms of my mother. And then he appeared. He held out the knife and demanded my money. My money! Can you believe it?
Yeah,
I looked into his cold, desperate eyes, and I saw something familiar. Something inevitable. I saw oblivion. I saw that we are all the same, stuck on a miserable loop that demands salvation. So I gave it to him.
Interesting. Let's find out how that story ends. Preferably now.
It's him!
Oh boy. I know, you probably want an autograph or something. But I don't give autographs.
Right, over here!
And you really shouldn't have come towards it. Dare you hit me! I have not been practicing. I don't practice anymore. I really should. You know, get good. Make sure there's good footage, man. Alright. So, it'll either be a case of I find Deadshot or I find another phone. But, in the meantime, here's Penguin.
I'm only doing this as a courtesy, Strange. Don't think you've beaten me.
I just thought we could both benefit from a little talk, Mr. Cobblepot.
Don't try that psycho mumbo-jumbo with me, Strange. I'm not like the other crazies.
Of course not. After all, considering the challenges you faced.
Challenges? What freaking challenges? You're no better than me. No one is. I own this place.
Well, to be clear, I allow you certain freedoms, but let's continue. Why do you feel the need to own anything? I believe it is a mechanism to compensate for some childhood inadequacy. You were friends with the Waynes, correct?
I was. Till someone did the world a favor and blew the brains out of little Wayne's self-righteous parents. I was laughing for weeks. It still brings a smile to my face.
And you think that's okay?
Okay? No, I don't think it's okay. I think it's bloody hysterical. That family destroyed mine. What happened to them? Well, it couldn't have happened to nicer people.
Take a seat, Mr. Cobblepot.
What is it now, Strange?
I wanted to talk about your apparent hatred of the Waynes. Your outburst last time was most interesting.
Oh, it's simple, really. I don't like the sniveling little bastard. Look at him. All high and mighty because someone killed Mummy and Daddy.
Most people look upon him with sympathy.
No, they don't. They're jealous. Jealous of his money, his cars, his women. He lost the sympathy vote when he vanished for all those years. I can't tell you how much I hoped he was visiting his dear Mum and Dad.
Where do you suppose he went?
How am I supposed to know?
Let us move on, then.
No. It's time that you do something for me.
And what is that?
Here's a list. Told you, Strange. No more little questions until you give me what I want.
Take a look, Mr. Cobblepot. Here is a purchase order for the various firearms you require. I must say, you chose an exotic selection.
I only take the best.
A wise strategy.
So what's yours?
Excuse me?
What are you up to? Why would you give me of all people, guns, explosives, all this stuff?
Arkham City is an experiment, Mr. Cobblepot. A new way of thinking. We've separated you from society, so I am more than willing to study the results if you all just decide to kill each other. Besides, your feud with the Joker is intriguing.
I was here first. I bought my museum in the Iceberg Lounge fair and square. It was you and that Mayo who stuck us all together.
Again, you refer to owning things. Quite fascinating. I believe we gave you the opportunity to leave.
And take over my turf. Never.
Good evening, Mr. Cobblepot. I trust you received the second delivery.
Yeah, I did. I don't know what you did to those dribbling monkeys, Strange, but they were perfect.
I'm glad. It appears that we can both help each other.
If you say so. I suppose it doesn't hurt that by the time I'm done with them, they're usually in too many pieces for anyone to know what you're really getting up to in those rooms of yours.
I have no idea what you are talking about.
Of course not. So, Hugo. The clown. She really dying?
It appears so. Self-inflicted, of course, but yes, he is. He has Mr. Freeze working on a potential cure, but I am sure neither of us want him to get his hands on it, do we?
We're ready.
Good. Now, one last thing. Your face.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
The eye. I believe it was the result of a bar brawl, correct?
Ah, Torag got lucky. He got his, though. He took my eye. I took both of his. Left him trying to walk across the Gotham freeway at rush hour. Hilarious.
You're a rich man, Mr. Cobblepot. You could have had that glass removed.
They said it was impossible. And what the hell? I think it gives me a more unique look. Know what I mean? Now, where is Freeze?
He's right here, in the room next door. You can take him with you. Are you familiar with the term Napoleon complex?
No. What is it?
It's nothing. Oh, and one last thing. Here is a list of 10 prisoners I believe work for you.
Yeah? So what? You want to saw their heads open and scoop out their brains too?
No. I just thought you'd like to know that they are all in the employ of the GCPD.
What?
I believe you know what to do with them. I don't like being spied on, Mr. Cobblepot. Good night.
Alright, I'm coming. Don't hang up.
My
Good
flesh is
evening.
begging
You
me
have
to
reached
fail,
Batman.
Will you? Ring, ring.
Ring ring to you too. Wonder what direction we're going in. Ah. That might be very bad, considering the distance. Somebody's probably going to die. I hope not, because that would mean I'd have to do this further again. I'm starting to wonder if I should just cut to the bloody actual phone calls. But, you know, you don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. It's probably better that I leave most of this stuff in, because otherwise it won't be a very long video. And if that happens, then no one's gonna watch it. Ugh. It's a long way away, isn't it? That was a rhetorical question. Hello, you've reached Batman.
Can you imagine the vagrant's surprise when I grabbed his knife from his hands? It was instinctive. It was beautiful. In one movement, I sliced out his throat and gave him the gift of salvation. It happened so fast, but I felt every joyous sensation. The blood sprayed over my face, and I saw what little life was left in his eyes leave. But then it was over. I felt lost. Like it had been meaningless. That no one would acknowledge my sacrifice. And then it happened. Without realizing what I was doing, I plunged the knife into my forearm and cut deep. It was incredible. I felt my body elevate to a higher place. It had become a temple to my work.
Now, there are 2 other phone calls that you can make. They don't show up as tapes. I'm not sure whether I can get them now that I've tracked him, but I'll see if I can. If I can't, then we'll just head towards Zaz and his craziness. Okay, so at the time of recording this particular part, it is after the video for me, but I did end up going on an old save, and I ended up getting to a decent point where I could actually get the extra 2 phone calls you get from Zaz. As I say, this is recorded after the video, so the fact that I end up saying that I probably would leave it out, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to just go on the old save or not. Clearly you can see I actually did go on the old save. So, we're about to hear one of 2 extra phone calls you get, so enjoy.
Zaz.
You made it. Are you enjoying my game?
Let your hostages go. Take me in their place.
Stop being so impatient. I'll have you too eventually. I recall telling you that I have a special place reserved for your mark. A very special place. I'd show you, but you'd have to find me first. And that is very, very unlikely. Goodbye.
Okay, here we are at the very last one out of all of the phone calls you get. So, enjoy.
I beg to differ.
Of course you do. But think it through. We both punish the guilty. You on some revenge-driven crusade, and me on a sacred mission from a higher power.
Life is sacred, Zaz. You'll never understand that.
It is you who doesn't understand. The beauty of death. The quiet voyage into the unknown. The escape from the misery of the ordinary. But you will.
And there you go, and on with the actual video, because obviously, as I said, I'm recording this after the proper video. So enjoy the rest of my video. Okay, looked around, none of the phones are ringing. What I might do is go back on like an old save somehow and somehow record them. If not, I probably would just leave it out of the video. But either way, this is Zaz's hideout. Zaz is hideout. So let's go take him down. Stop him from killing any more people. No more scars for him. Unless it's when I punch him in the face.
You're probably praying I will end your lives quickly.
He will not.
I won't.
The man is crazy. As is most people in Gotham, I would imagine.
Your life is
I mean,
over.
even Batman's got to be a little
Accept
crazy. I mean, he
and
dresses
prepare
like a
yourselves
bat.
to sink into the oblivion of nothing. This is all too much.
Oh crap!
Why, isn't it, Piggies? I'm enjoying myself so much.
Did you enjoy your swim?
I forgot to give Batman another call. Come on.
Let's do it right this time.
Where are you?
I'm right here.
Don't tell me you can't hear the phone. You're making me angry.
'Cause I'm here. Surprise!
This is not over. It
Oh, it's
cannot
over.
be over. My blade will bathe in the crimson rivers of blood that will pour from the holes I cut into your body. You cannot deny me the mark. I need to make the mark. It's all I have left.
Interesting side note, by the way. In Arkham Knight, the game, obviously the sequel to this, Zaz was actually supposed to be a side mission, but was
That psycho
replaced
looked into my
by
eyes and
Professor
told me what he
Pig.
was gonna do to me. I've never been so scared.
He's locked up now. You'll be safe here.
Until he gets out. There actually is an Easter egg, or whatever, well, an appearance, more, of Zaz during a thing. It seems like a waste for them to do it, but, you know. Gotta love the power of editing.
A third victim. It looks like he was hiding
Yar.
behind this car when he was killed. How did Deadshot do it?
Well, on a rough guess, knowing Deadshot, he ricocheted the bullet. That, and I've played this game before.
I think I found the link that connects Deadshot's victims.
Good. He's killed again. We need to stop him.
They all
The
have
first
something
two
to
both
do
work
with
for
Arkham
Strange.
City.
The first victim was a specialist in wireless broadcast technology. He worked on the tower communication system.
And the other one?
I can't find
Oh,
any
boy.
information about what he worked on, which is suspicious enough if you ask me. But he was previously contracted
I love how
to
they're
military
politely
projects,
waiting for me to finish my
specializing in advanced
conversation.
weapon delivery systems.
Deadshot's clearing up Strange's mess. I'll track this shot to see if he left anything I can use to find him. Good work, Barb.
Thank you for waiting so patiently. Beat down! That's what I like to call the Batman beat down.
Bullet hit here.
And it's
That's how he did it.
Ricochet!
Deadshot ricocheted his shot off of this shot.
Told you.
the bat!
Oh no. I did not mean to land in front of that man.
To make the shot, Deadshot would have been lying down. His body heat melted the snow there.
Oops. Wrong thing to scan.
We've got him, Oracle. I've isolated a number of very distinctive plastic-based particles and identified items that use this material in their construction.
So I see. Looking at the possible choices, I assume you've decided on the power substations, right?
Yar.
Exactly. Cross-referencing this against locations that would definitely contain the metallic particles from the second crime scene gives us...
3
A
locations.
finish to all
You've got
these
it.
side
You're
missions.
actually gonna catch the son of a bitch.
I've marked the map. I'll let you know what happens.
The only way I'm going
right.
to find Deadshot is to check out each of the locations that match his forensic profile.
No, Bats. We only need to go to one substation. Because it's right freaking here. I think just about, like, up in the top corner. You'll see it when I go there. It's not too far away, so I may just glide there for content. I'm joking. I'm not like one of these YouTubers that only does stuff for content. Although, to be fair, that is kind of the point of a video. I'm rambling again. Most people at this point, I'm gathering, would have just skipped ahead to me being at the substation. It's right there. That one.
There's an
This
electrical substation in this area. It could be the one Deadshot used.
And despite what most people think, in here is not a damn lightsaber.
Deadshot was
It's
here.
actually a
He was using this
scope.
substation to
Although
store his
it does
equipment
look
and
like a lightsaber,
a PDA.
if like you're at a
It's
certain
well
angle.
encrypted. I'll need to bypass the security if I'm going to find out any more about Deadshot and what he's doing here.
He's probably here to kill people. Ying. Head. That's not right. Deadshot. I mean
This
headshot.
PDA was definitely given to Deadshot by Hugo Strange. It looks like he was smuggled into Arkham in order to take out a specific list of threats to Strange's position.
It looks like two of
Let's
his
see.
targets are the same
Deadshot
person.
only has 3 targets left. Jack Ryder, Bruce Wayne, and Batman. Damn. He's working to a schedule. Ryder's his next hit. He's marked his current location. He's going to kill him in 2 minutes if I don't get to him in time.
And let us haste to Ryder. Jack Ryder. If that wasn't obvious. You'd think in an actuality he would just use the Batwing or something just to get there faster. But this is a game, so I'm guessing they didn't really think that one through. Either that or they actually wanted you to do this whole segment. Considering there's a timer and everything, I'd imagine that they just
To the GCPD.
wanted some gameplay.
Fight or what?
Although you'd think that they would allowed you to do, you know, maybe a little bit faster. Somehow. I'm coming, Jack Ryder.
Big must be going.
I did it!
You made me miss
Away!
my target, Batman. I never miss.
You just did. The thing is, though, is that the only time
Why are you
Deadshot has
hiding?
ever missed
Because
is
you're
when
dead
Batman's
already?
involved. I also will mention that the first time I ever tried this, when I first played this on PS3, I actually died. Because I stupidly went when the beam was, like, towards me. I didn't realise, like, what you were meant to do. Because I'm an idiot sometimes.
Where have you gone, Batman? Are you too
I'm
scared
right
to
underneath you! DDT! Oh, and that's a hell of a DDT. And that, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, means that we are finally finished with the side missions, which means it's back to the main missions, which for me is going to take a little bit of work.
Did you find Deadshot?
But few
He's not a problem
mere
anymore.
seconds will have
I'll let
passed.
Gordon know where he is and come back for him later.
So I will see you mere seconds later, when I will magically transport in front of me, just on that bridge, just there, not that one, the one that's slightly broken. I will be there. Alright guys, because of how long this video has gone on for, I am going to end the video here, but I got all the side missions done in this video, which means that in the next video I will be doing the main mission. So, without further ado, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. I have been GamerMadness. I will see y'all in the next video of mine. And without further ado, this is
Game over.